Good. And see me. I think I might try close the blind and put the lights on. Oh no, we don't have any lights in the house yet. Not many good ones. Okie dokie.
Before we start, I'm going to mute everybody.
Yeah.
Mute Alexandra, yeah?
Okay, so Scott's going to mute us all.
Ask if everybody can hear you.
Can you all hear me? Give me a thumbs up.
Yes.
Yay! So that's the lock on. Yay! I can see. Oh, am I muted or am I recording? Okay. Hola Chantal. Hola Elisa. And who else have we got? Anouk, Adri, excuse if I'm saying this wrong, Diana, and Esme. And if I've missed anybody, I apologize. It's all new. My hair is really bad because of lockdown. It's been 25 days for us, and so I thought I'd wear this just to cover it all up. But I feel it may be a little distracting, so we'll take it off. It's also Scott's sticky bow too, for when we have conventions and fun times, which we will, hopefully in Birmingham. So I'm looking forward to that. So let's kick off. It's not very good because I can't. I'm used to one-to-ones. Yeah, well, so I can hear everybody.
Alexandra?
Yes.
Hi. Is this being recorded?
It is.
Okay, thanks. Gonna mute myself again.
Oh, so you can all unmute and mute. This is great. Well, then you can all say hello to me at the end, which would be lovely. Well, they can all unmute themselves by the looks of it. Okay, so we are here to talk about top tips for getting started with Scentsy from my point of view, and trying to tailor this to the fact that now we are online. Whenever I would train any newbie, I would always train them to sell person to person, parties, and get the smells under people's noses. And right now, obviously, to varying degrees, this is simply not possible. So we have to tailor things and do things a bit differently. But at the same time, I think it's really important that you should know how to get people started, no matter what the circumstances are. So we'll touch on things that work whether we're in lockdown or not, and things that might help during this period as well. And we're also going to look at things for newbies and things for sponsors, because even if you've been sponsoring like Manon and Chantal for several months, you're still learning and very much in that early learning phase. So there might be things that we've talked about before, which it's good to remind ourselves about, or it's good to have new thinking. Now I'm talking as slowly as I can in English, so I hope thumbs up, everybody understands. Good. It's not that I have some kind of learning impediment or speech impediment. I'm just aware that English isn't your first language, except with Manon, who's just incredible at English. We have phone calls and everything. Amazing. So, as I said, this is for people and it's new. Hello, little person. We've got a little guest. And it's been sponsors as well. For new people. And I'm sorry, I don't know exactly who in the team is all new, because I have been homeschooling a lot, so I've had to take a little bit of a step back, and Scott's been managing the team more. So I know that Elisa is new. And welcome. And to all of you, welcome to Scentsy. We are very fortunate to be Manon sponsors and superstar directors, and working with her and the lovely ladies she brings in is phenomenal. I always think your vibe attracts your tribe. So for any of you who want to build a team, remember that. Be your real self, like Manon is, and she's attracting people like her, like we attracted Manon. Manon is fun, positive, very hardworking, always willing to learn and listen, and she cares so much about your success. And you guys display those amazing qualities as well. So remember, team building, be yourself. If you're wacky, be wacky. Attract wacky people. If you're soft and kind and caring, be that way. You don't need to be any different, because you want to end up with a team that is like a family. And that's what you're building with Manon. So always remember that you are a very special unit within our Scentsy family. So you're new. Okay, for newbies, we know that it is overwhelming. It's exciting. It's scary. It's fun, and it's just information overload. So much to learn. It's a new environment for most of you to be an entrepreneur and self-employed. And if you've done direct sales before, Scentsy is a new company. And I know from what Manon's told me, Scentsy, its culture, how it is different to things that she has done before. And I know the same for other people. So you have to learn about why Scentsy is so amazing. So if you've done direct sales before, forget everything you know and have learned in terms of how things should work and should be, and open yourself up to the Scentsy experience instead, because it is different. And the other thing is, breathe, chill. This is, as we always say, it's only wax and warmers. And that's something Heidi's mum said, Alice. And she's a part of Scentsy history. She's no longer with us, but she was a great mentor to many of us, like myself. And she would always say, there's nothing that can't wait, because this is only wax and warmers. Chill. And it's true. So take a deep breath and remember, your mentor has been where you are. They know how you're feeling. So if you're scared, tell them. If you're excited and you just want to get into the sales, tell them. Communication between the mentor and the consultant is very important. And as a new consultant, don't always expect your mentor to be knocking on your door. I certainly don't have the time to do that, and I don't now think it's healthy to be that way. So whilst we'll check in at certain points, and I'll explain those points, if your mentor and you want to talk to them every day, you get in touch with them, because they'll always want to hear. Manon knows if she ever needs me, I am there. Now I've got Wi-Fi faster than for the last few weeks. She knows she's always got us, and we will always be there for her and fight her corner and help her and support her. And that's what your mentor is. So build that relationship. And remember, it's not just the mentor. You have to build it too. I think that's important. New mentors. Some of you will be new team builders. Take a deep breath. It's exciting. It's daunting. I sponsored my first consultant 10 days after joining Scentsy, maybe less. And as soon as I got off the phone, I was like, oh my goodness, what have I done? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to train her. I have nothing to teach her. I was so excited to be building a team. I'm full of fear that I knew nothing, because I was so new. So remember, you can invite people to join and start a business from the moment you start. So don't hide this secret, share it. And Don't worry if you're new and someone joins you. You can learn together. This is something people don't realize. Linda, who was called number 2, which is a bit unfortunate, and I learned together on the job. And she's no longer in our team, but she is still a friend. And your role as the mentor, you're the cheerleader, and you're there to help, to point people to where they're supposed to go for information, but you do not do the work for them. So new consultants, understand your mentor is here to help and to cheer you on and to build you up and to find your confidence with you, but they will not do the work for them. It's not. You're self-employed, not self-dependent. I hope that makes sense. So let people become self-employed. We have a saying, and it's, you can give a man a fish and it will feed him for a day. You can teach a man to fish and you'll feed him for a lifetime. That's a very old saying. I hope it translates into Dutch. Yes? And you probably have a Dutch saying for this. You can share it with me. But the idea is, teach them everything you know and help them become better than you are. As mentors, you will find there are some people who join your team, and through your help and their skill will be better than you. This is what you want. I want, Scott wants Manon to be better than us. We have team around the world who are experts at what they do. They are, Lisa Garrity is phenomenal on social media and things like that. Amy is an absolute expert on selling diffusers. Ariel Lopez can recruit incredibly. So this is what you want. Help people to be better than you, and don't be jealous. So getting started, we're on to the good stuff. Scentsy now has a great training plan for you to follow. So we follow it. As mentors, the guide is, don't invent the wheel. Use what you have and make it better, but we don't have to invent the wheel. It's there for us. People who've gone before us and experts in direct selling work for Scentsy and write our training, and it is taking the best of everybody and putting it into a small place for you to learn from. So read your starter guide, visit the training center, sign up to our YouTube channel, be on your team page as new consultants, and get into everything. If there's a starter guide, read it. I have 2 Bibles in my life. We're 9 years with Scentsy. When is it, Scott? 17th. 9 years with Scentsy on the 17th. And we have 2 Bibles, 3 Bibles. I have my catalog. I have now my product guide, which we did not have, but now you have. That is such a great sales tool. Gives you ideas and helps you learn your products, because we're sharing, not selling. So the more passion and knowledge you have about the products, the more you can get the benefits over to your customers. And number 3 is the starter guide. I still read the starter guide. I still take myself back as a mentor to understand what my newbies are going through. So do that. 3 things for being new and for training: product guide, catalog. You need to know it inside and out. You need to learn your fragrances and everything. And number 3, your consultant guide, as we call it. It's your responsibility as a new consultant to read these things, to visit the training tab, to undertake the training. Nobody, including your mentor, can make you do this. So remember to access the training. That's a big tip. Join us on these calls, etc. Take every opportunity to network and get to know other people, especially now we're all at home. Hopefully in some ways we will have more time to connect with other people and build relationships. Use that downtime for this. So as newbies, I say when you join Scentsy, tell everybody. Yes, we're in lockdown, so you can't visit them all, but you can tell people on social media, tell people on the telephone calls or text messages, hey, I've started something new in this downtime. It's candles and fragrance, and I started it because it makes me feel great, or another reason. So, hey, why don't you take a look at it? Share a link to your website. Tell them to ask you if you have access to mail, because in Spain, the mail is stopped. In the Netherlands, it might be working. In England and Ireland, it's working to a degree. So if you can send stuff, do. But tell people in the about you bit of your social media, and I mean all social media, if you have YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, put Scentsy consultant, direct seller, Scentsy consultant, and your website, links to you, links to your other pages. Don't keep this a secret. The number of people who are in our team, and I don't know they sell Scentsy because it's never on their Facebook wall, it's never shared from their pages, they don't have it in their about section. You know, just don't do those sorts of things. Tell people, and do an excited post on social media. You might, and you can always do excited posts. Every time there's a new product, I do one, like Cinderella's carriage or new catalogs, I do excited posts. And you want to feel the excitement. I saw a consultant in Australia a few months ago, and they've been on to me, I can't make sales, nobody's interested, and probably not in that accent. And I was like, okay, what have you tried? I've tried everything, which I know is a lie. As mentors, if someone says, I've tried everything, in your head you go, no, you haven't. And number two, you tell yourself, you probably haven't tried much, because that's the standard thing they say. I'll tell you where to point them after. There is a very handy document for people like that, so I'll help you with that. No pictures, no excitement, and it basically said, started selling this, probably won't work. Who launches a business like that? I don't know who your big business people are where you are, but for me, Richard Branson launched a new cruise ship, which is a bad business right now, but launched a cruise ship, and he was excited. He was like, come on, everybody, come on my cruise ship. It's amazing. It's painted bright red, and it's got Virgin written on it. And then we've got cocktails, and they're the best cocktails. And oh my God, you want to be on this ship because everybody wants to be on this ship. It was a fanfare. It was, my business is open. And in a time when all we have is social media and maybe phone calls, we need to be making the fanfare. People are feeling down. The news is rubbish. You are a bright light in a world where negativity is probably a little bit higher than the positivity. So share your joy. And if someone kills your joy, just be like, yeah, whatever. Share your joy. Be excited. Be Richard Branson. Don't be, oh, nobody's interested in my business. You know, who do you want to buy off? I want to buy off Richard Branson every single time because he's excited for what he does. And that's the thing. And this is a point. You are not selling. You are not. Even now, in this time, people are saying, I can't do Scentsy because I don't want to make sales posts. You're never to be making sales posts. You're making sharing posts. I share Scentsy. I share my love of Disney. I share my love of washing products because we have a new washing machine. New washing machine in our house. Will go the post when my washing stuff comes. Woohoo! So excited I've got Scentsy and pictures and me sniffing my sheets. This is what people want. And we get onto that more in a minute. So be excited. And if you've mentored somebody, tell everybody. Put on your wall a welcome message to your new person. Obviously, check you can tag them. But put these things on. Be excited. Let the world know you're in the team building business. So they know if they want to join you, they can. Now, next, newbies. We have a training plan. Like I said, when we started with Scentsy, we had a starter guide and it was in American. And so we made our own tools. We didn't make excuses. We designed our own training schemes. Now, Scentsy has their own training schemes. And it's called the 5 points checklist or something like that, because they change it from time to time and we can't see it. And it's 5 different things on your workstation to work through as a newbie. So please work through all of those things. Guys, shh. I can hear them whispering in the corner. So 5 different things. It's actually a few more things than 5 because they've stuck some stuff together. And one of them is get excited about your business and start sharing it. And another one is your list of 100. And the beauty of this list is these are the top things every successful person has done to get started. Every successful person. Nobody found a shortcut to telling everybody about their business and getting the products out and making the initial sales. Nobody started at a director level. It just doesn't happen. So remember that. I've been where you are, and I've actually been where Manon is. I've been the first person in actually an entire region. So first person in Europe with Scott. That's amazing opportunity. And you guys, whether you're joining 6 months into the Netherlands or 5 years in to New Zealand or whenever, the opportunity is as fresh today as it was. Sure, there's lockdown. All that means is it's a different type of opportunity. So follow your checklist. For mentors, use the checklist to check in. I like to set work each day for the newbies to do to help them guide them. When you start out, you will be in contact with your mentor and they'll be in contact with you a lot. Normally for about the first month, I find I'm chatting with my newbies daily, especially my motivated ones. We're having constant interaction. And that for me is lovely because they are the most fun. They really are, because they're so fired up for what they're doing. So mentors, use the checklist to check in with people. It's a phenomenal way to see who's working, who's walking the walk, and who's just talking and doing nothing. Because remember, mentors work with the workers, people who meet you halfway. So the tasks are things like share your business, when you get the products, when the kit arrives, do a live unboxing. You could set up a YouTube channel and put it on there. There are hints and tips on how to do all these things on the internet, and they are more available now in lockdown times than ever. Half of this stuff has now gone free, and there are hints and guides and tips. No one is going to spoon feed you everything. We've learned how to write websites and coding and set up a YouTube channel. And believe me, my 6-year-old can set up a YouTube channel. She can also video and she can put it up to YouTube because kids are smart these days. So if you can't do it and you have older little people, ask them as well. Ask for help. So the reason I tell you about social media, yes, goggles, your camera. The reason I tell you about social media, about YouTube and things like that, is because people buy with these. They buy with the eyes and then the heart. And we have a great opportunity as people are sat working from home, which we all know means playing on Facebook. So there'll be more people playing on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram, because they're not like us. They don't know how to switch off Facebook, do they? And just work. So there's more people doing all of these things. So if you have an engaging little video of a beautiful warmer and you set it just right, people will watch. You can just do a live straight to Facebook. If you check our Facebook page out, the Wickfree family, I think it is, or the Wickfrees, Alexandra and Scott, you will see when we went live with our Mushu delivery, it was unplanned, very professional, and it sold us a Mushu. Yay! It sold us a Mushu because someone was watching it and they got excited and they wanted a Mushu. And they didn't know we were having them. And when they saw the quality and they heard Sia's funny comments, they bought it. So there you go. So this is why I'm saying social media, engaging photographs, engaging videos, trying new things out, polls, things like that. You know, when you poll things, so which warmer would go better in this room, warmer A or warmer B? And you use things like this because you cannot get out and about. You have to market your business using these channels. So you have to cut through the noise, and the best way to cut through noise is with a visual, a picture, a video, some funny sound in the background. Look around at what other consultants are doing, other direct sales companies are doing, and what other entrepreneurs and businesses are doing. If you're on Facebook scrolling and something catches your eye, look at it. Think, why did it catch my eye? What can I take from this for my own Scentsy business? Is it the music? Was it the visual? Was it the text? There'll always be something that catches the eye or the imagination. Use it. Take their work and make it your own and stand out from the crowd. So do your live unboxing. Share images. Be excited for your business. And write your list of 100. Mentors, this is so important. Now more than ever, people have a chance to write their list of 100. So we use an acronym to write this, and I know Manon knows this and Chantal probably knows this, but it's called FRANK. And Frank is your best friend. But Jeffrey doesn't work, Scott. I know, but Jeffrey won't work. So Frank, and you use this to trigger your list of 100. So you get a big long piece of paper and you write as many names as you can. People who like fragrances, people who like candles, people who like nice home decor pieces, because Scentsy is home decor. I mean, I have Be Kind warmer in the corner over there, and it looks more like a lamp than it does a wax warmer. Think of Disney fans, Star Wars fans, Marvel fans, soft toy fans, and people who just collect anything. People who are fans of things with bees on, because we have Be Kind and Be Happy and Have a Nice Day. That's an entire collection. People who like sparkly things, if sparkle is a word for you. We have beautiful, adorable warmers. People who like Winnie the Pooh. People who like Dory and Nemo. I bet you can think of so many people. And you want to think of people who are rubbish at buying presents. Think of everybody that's bought you a present and you've thought, wow, that's not what I wanted. Put them on your list, because you can suggest Scentsy because it's going to save them from present buying horrors in the future. Think of sons with mothers. Think of husbands with wives. Think of boys with sisters. Men and helping them shop is a massive market. Think of male colleagues that you can help to wow a spouse or a loved one. So, Frank, friends, the R, relations, the A, associates. Associates would be like people you hang with in work or people like that. You kind of know them, like my neighbors. I associate them a bit, but they're not my friends and we're not related, thank goodness. So think about that. The N, people you network with. So people from the gym, people from a cooking class, people from, you might have sold something to them before. Networking, where else do we network? I network at Sewing Club. I joined a sewing club to improve my network. Those networks might be down right now, but this and Scentsy is a great way to reconnect with them. Check in, ask how they are, see how they're doing, because you know them from that network. And when they say, hey, how are you doing? Say, do you know what? Not bad. I just joined and I'm just started selling some candles. You know, nice fragrancy, smelly stuff. Do you want me to send you a catalogue and some samples? It's that easy. Ask about them. If they ask about you, newbies, tell them what you do. Don't hide it. It's not a secret. And finally, the K. K is for kids. We go to, with Thea, we go to flamenco. Well, we did flamenco and swimming and then ballet. And then she had tennis. And yes, so that was 4 different clubs at which we could network with parents. Now, I'm not saying when you start something new, you go in straight away and you start banging on about what you do. But you will know these people from your pre-lockdown life. And again, if you've a Facebook, a WhatsApp group, we have a lot of WhatsApp groups, a lot of homework groups and things like that. I shared a picture of the Cinderella woman and got a sale from it because I know that the ladies love it.
Can I add one thing?
Mr. Scott's going to add one thing.
On a USA, I saw a USA person the other day, and I know lots of people do like Zoom, like Zoom Zumba, or
Oh yeah.
Zoom lessons or educational lessons, or you're going to work. So what they had is they did it in their Scentsy office with all their Scentsy in the background, you know, and they were wearing a branded t-shirt too. So yeah, you're not saying buy my products behind me, but you're definitely creating that awareness, which is always a good thing. So that was a good idea I got the other day.
I love that. So you know what? Look, I'm doing my call to you today and ta-da! Woo! That's probably a really bad angle, isn't it? Thank God we're all girls in this group because it's probably a really bad angle, but that is, there you go, Chantal. That's my Scentsy t-shirt. And I've been out and about with that around the garden. But, you know, yeah, brand yourselves. And every time I've been doing online Pilates and things like that, I've been wearing my Scentsy t-shirt. And checking in with people on the Amy, you know, and things like that with my Scentsy stuff. So, yeah, as Scott said, you can brand yourself and let people know. So, newbies, getting on to the real thing now. Normally, when we start, I say host 3 parties, 3 gatherings, 3 sip and sniffs, and I encourage you to do a minimum of 3. Why 3? Well, because, and you can do this after lockdown. It's really important that after lockdown, you do the stuff we couldn't do now, okay? And mentors, after lockdown, it's important your newbies do the stuff they couldn't do now. This is the first chance to start your business, and oh my wow, when we come out of lockdown, it's our second chance. This is our rebirth. My goodness me, how many people are lucky enough to have 2 amazing reasons to start their business? Like, you get a do-over. Most people don't. So this is good. So 3 parties. Why 3? This is important to learn. Why 3? Because if you have 3 parties, if they say I asked Chantal, will you come to my party on Monday evening? And she says, no, can't make it. Oh, well, why don't you come to the one on Thursday afternoon? It's a coffee and bring the kids. No, I can't do that either. I'm working. Oh, well, you know, I'm having a hangout on Saturday all day where you can just come to the house and have a look. Chantal says, okay, I'll give that a go. I've given Chantal 3, thanks Scott, 3 different chimes. Chantal said no to the first 2, but she was able to go for number 3. Now, if Chantal had said no way to number 3, I know that Chantal is either doesn't want to help me with my business, that's okay, or she just doesn't like fragrance, that's no problem. But
Or she's just grumpy.
Or she's just grumpy, as Scott says. But what I will then do with Chantal is I'll diary her name in my Scentsy notebook, and I will say to her in a week or 2 weeks after my parties are done, would you like to borrow a bag? I'm looking for people to give me an honest review of Scentsy. Would you mind? Because you don't really seem into it. So I'd like to know what you really think. Chantal takes the bag, gives the review, and we hope she falls in love. So 3 parties. Everybody gets an opportunity to say no 3 times. I always say, and you can write this down, the 3 parties, you should offer 1 date at the night time, 1 date at the weekend, and 1 date in the afternoon, weekday or weeknight. That gives people the biggest and best opportunities. 1 minute. Guys, can you shut the door up there, please? That gives people the best opportunities to say yes to you, to find a time that works for themselves. And if they still can't, or they don't show to the parties, give them a borrow bag. So you can Google borrow bags or look on our channel. You can check out party ideas. You can ask on the team pages, new consultants. So you're saying to me, brilliant, Alexandra, phenomenal training there. Thank you very much on what I can do after lockdown. What should I do right now? Well, Elisa started her business in lockdown, and we need to give her a massive cheer because she did her shooting star. Woohoo! Over 500. Everybody's unmuted, so come on, let's give her a big shout and cheer. Woo! Phenomenal achievement. Yay! And that shows that when you get out and you share your products and you can find ways to do the business, to make the sales. I think Elisa's still on thing. So Elisa, seeing as you're unmuted, how did you share your business?
Oh dear. Facebook, WhatsApp, friends, family, everybody I could find, actually.
That's brilliant. And what did you share with them?
Well, my love for Scentsy at first, because I started loving Scentsy because of Manon. And when I bought my first warmer, I was so, wow, this is amazing. I'm going to sell this too. And
That's wonderful.
yeah, that's what I told everyone. And they said, oh, I want to give it a try. I said, yes, please, for me. And it worked.
And even though many of them couldn't try the products, you were able to build the trust with them to make the orders, yes?
Yes, even someone from another country told me, I want to buy a warmer from you. I said, do you know which one? Yeah, Cinderella. Okay. It's all right.
And this is because you, and I noticed you said WhatsApp. So guys, taking the advice of Elisa, WhatsApp, we can send video, we can send pictures, we can put funny faces on ourselves, can't we? And smiley faces, and make it fun. So that is wonderful. And do you have any other advice for any newbies, Elisa, as probably one of our newest newbies?
Don't give up. And you have to give people time. Manon told me this at first. I wanted to sell straight away, but connecting with people helps really much. Ask them how they are, and then because what you sell, and then they're ready.
That's wonderful. And so it's that simple and that complicated at the same time, because for Elisa, it took courage to reach out to these people. And it took her to open her mind up. Your mindset on things can make or break your business. It really can. The biggest thing is doing what Elisa did, which was getting her mind ready that she would try whatever she could, and she would give people time. And I love that. Thank you very much, Elisa. If you want to just click mute, then we won't hear you. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Or Mr. Scott will press it for me in a minute because he's so brilliant. So hearing from Elisa, which was fantastic. Thank you so much. We see that even in a time when we cannot do physically these parties and physically may not be able to loan people things, some of you are able to go. Guys, please, if you want to play, you could go in the kitchen. What we can do is we can, yes, some of you may still be able to drop off pouches and things like that. If you can do these things, do them. You'll probably brighten someone's day. And you know what? They've probably got a lot of time on their hands right now. So if you can drop pouches, can give trials, can make doorstop deliveries, get out and do them. I mean, personally, we're not having a competition on whose lockdown is the hardest, but second only to Italy. Spain's lockdown is totally a lockdown. We cannot even leave the gates to exercise. There are no deliveries and there haven't been. But you know what? It's not a competition. I am doing what I've advised you guys to do, and I'm sharing on social media. And I'm definitely going to try WhatsApp because Elisa's mentioned that too. So yeah, as I say, the other thing you can learn is online parties. But again, it comes down to the simplest thing. It's all about sharing. It's all about great images for social media. It's all about a simple script. This is something we've done. We have a very, very simple script, and it's all about excitement and enthusiasm. I'll give you some tips on my online parties. Number one, I write a script. It's very simple. I can hear beeping. We've got a brand new washing machine. Yes, you have. So we have a very, very simple script. Very simple. And I focus on 15 minutes for each part of it. So I do an opening section. I do, so that's where I describe what the products are, as in we sell wax and warmers, we sell oils diffusers, we sell goes and pods. I share the benefits of each of the different major ones, which is the big three. You can get all this from your product guide and from your catalog. I then do 15 minutes on what's new, what I'm excited about. I share some video. I show them how things are made. I show them, I maybe have a focus on something Disney. I do 15 minutes on saley stuff, money saving stuff. So things like, sorry, the painter's now in. Out of the way, go, Jaime. It's a madhouse. So I do 15 minutes on selling stuff, clearance products. You know, you could do a whole section on like the Disney clearance. I do special offers, combine and saves, and then we do 15 minutes where I just basically get them to message me their orders and we just have some interaction, and we normally play a couple of little games and stuff. That's it. 1 hour. I promote it for 24 hours before. I do not promote for weeks and weeks and weeks. 24 hours before, I give them a countdown of lots of fun pictures to share. And if you want training, I think somebody's unmuted. If you just want to have a look and press mute, or Mr. Scott will. Thank you. And I wrote my script. You can go to the online party group, which Edie and Coty runs. You can find other groups. I think Kat Lewis in our group was a party queen. She has shared what she has done before, scripts and things. So again, who did? Me. You did? Good. And Scott shared something yesterday with loads of links. So become an online party expert. It's all in your hands. And you know what? Sure, you might run one and no one turns up. But what if you run one and 10 people turn up and 7 people buy and 1 person joins? I mean, how incredible would that be? And if it doesn't rock and roll the first day, be like Elisa and try again and again and again until it builds up. And like Chantal and all of these other ladies. And when you start out, things are not always going to go okay, but this is how we learn. And for the mentors, if you haven't done online parties and stuff, again, this really is your opportunity. And you get to utilize the tools you've created on social media to promote your business during this time when we're kind of much more closed off. And really those, unless it's drawing to a close now, those are the genuinely, honestly, simple tips for getting started. Tell everybody what you're doing. Be excited for what you are doing. Be passionate, be happy, be positive, be motivated. Love the products. When you love what you sell, it comes across. If you love wax and warmers and you don't really dig goes, you just don't promote them as much. If there's a whole set of smells, we always talk about the things we love the most. Like for me, hand soap at the moment's a big one because it's really good hand soap and it doesn't make my hands dry out like all the other horrible stuff. So be excited, promote everything. Follow the Scentsy training guides. There is work they have put on now to help you to learn online parties, to help you to learn how to connect with people virtually if we cannot see them. Go out when you're on your bike rides. I know Manon's been on a bike ride. I saw the pictures. A bike ride, you know, where you ride a bike. A bicycle ride. If you've been out on bicycle rides and stuff, wear your Scentsy stuff. Find a way, you know. Show what you do and who you are. If you are able to deliver pouch parties and things, pop on the bicycle for exercise like a lot of English people are doing and make those deliveries to people. Offer them the opportunity. If you have a postal system, make up samples with those lovely little lightweight felt sample things. Staple a load to the guide, handwrite a card, wish the person well right now, because people appreciate kind thoughts, and pop in a catalogue and an order form. On my order forms, I always, for my starter parties, I always say to them, write something like, for every order over €50, get a free scent circle. Give them a reason to want to take part in your starter party. And right at the bottom, thank you for helping me start my business. You can personalize your own order forms. I do it every time I do a party. I will always I set bands and I write it on my order form. Anybody who does over 150 in orders, they get a £30 voucher, you know, stuff like that. Obviously not a £30 voucher because that's, but you know, they will get, everybody gets something, but it's set on bands. So you know that there is a proportion of commission which is given back, or you use your host rewards. So the 150 people with us, they get a half price up to €30 that they can use because we've got it, so we can use it. You'd be amazed how many people tips them over the edge to go crazy and spend money with us. You can post those out. Most have postal systems still working. So that is it from me. Can we unmute everybody? Do we give them question time, Mr. Scott? Or do we just, do we give them a chance to say bye-bye? Mr. Scott's going to unmute now. Yay. So, has anybody got any one quick question they might want to ask or something?
Okay.
There's one of our youngest members of Scentsy. And thank you all for staying on me through this whole call. I can see Esme now and Anouk and Diane, and oh, I can see Mr. Scott and Adri, and I'm sorry if I say your names wrong. So none of you have any questions, but that is perfectly okay. The other thing I will state is no matter if you are a newbie or been in for 6 months or 6 years, stay positive. This time will pass and we will probably all remember it in the end in some fond way. This is an amazing and collective experience that we are going through. And like Scentsy brings us together and unites us, this is a uniting experience as well. And you know, it will all go back to normal far too fast. So enjoy it and find new and amazing ways to work your business. This is your biggest opportunity for growth. And thank you so much for
Alexandra,
joining me.
I wanted to thank you for your time.
Oh, I've had fun. Thank you all.
And Manon as well.
Oh, nice. Thank you
very much.
You are very, very welcome. And we will very hopefully see as many of you as we can, either in Birmingham this summer.
I see for my.
We will come to the Netherlands.
What about my costume?
They let us out the country.
That would be awesome.
When it is. We really can't wait to see you all again. So I will leave you and I will say massive hugs and love to you all. And I'll have better hair next time. Hasta luego.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, Dewey.
Dewey.
Dewey.